Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here. So just quick video for you guys today. The Washington Commanders have made some moves, including releasing cornerback Cameron Dantzler and signing safety Terrell Burgess and tight end Brandon Dillon. We'll talk about that in today's video. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell, and check out Man to Sleep. Link in the description. So just a few moves. Just finished, recording an Eric Bieniemy video. I guess I'll post that after this. But let's talk about these moves. So they released cornerback Cameron Dantzler. They put a claim on him, I believe, right when free agency started, so a little over a couple months ago. And I guess they saw him in practice and didn't really like him, or they drafted Emmanuel Forbes and drafted Quan Martin, who is a corner slash safety. It's probably a combination of both those things, because if Cameron Dantzler was really standing out, they would probably keep him at least for longer, despite them drafting those two guys. But because they drafted those guys, it makes it harder for him to make the roster, and he probably just wasn't looking that good in the system. So it is what it is. I would have liked to see him there a little bit more, just because he did play with Emmanuel Forbes, so it would have been good seeing them together a little bit. And I guess played with Montez Sweat as well. It is what it is, though. They also placed Andrew Norwell on the reserve slash physically unable to perform list. I don't know if he's actually dealing with an injury, but they're putting him on there until after June 1st. So I guess in a couple days, they'll release him and save some money. I mean, it'll probably be in a couple days. Who knows? Could be a little bit longer, but so that they can, I guess they did that so that they can sign Terrell Burgess and Brandon Dillon. They needed to create two roster spots, so they created one by releasing Cameron Dantzler, and the other was by placing Andrew Norwell on that list. So that pretty much ends the Andrew Norwell era in Washington. It wasn't a very good one. It was a 2-year deal. He played 1 year, was just not that good. Didn't really deal with that many injuries. Just wasn't as good as people thought he would be, as I thought he would be. I thought he was going to play pretty well, especially, back with Ron Rivera, back with John Matsko. It didn't work out. It is what it is. They made the wrong move. They moved on from, Eric Flowers, got him, but it is what it is. We're done with that. Moving on from him, creating some cap space. And that left guard position still is questionable. I mean, they got Sadiq Charles and Chris Paul. I mean, one of them has got to step up. But I don't know, if they're not looking good, I could see them bringing someone else in. And let's see. I'm just going to look at what Ben Stanek said. He says Dantzler claimed off waivers this year as a surprise move. But Washington has a bunch of cornerback, 4 to 6 options. And then that's kind of it right there. Some information real quick on these guys. So they got a lot of ads here. Brandon Dillon, he's about 6'5", 250 pounds, out of Marion. He is 26 years old, just turned 26 last month. And I mean, yeah, that's kind of it for him. He's played in 5 career games, has caught 1 catch, targeted 1 time for 6 yards in 2020. Has played with for Minnesota the last 3 years. Hasn't really done much. For me, this is a camp body. They've only got 4 tight ends on the roster right now. So this is okay. Let's think: Logan Thomas, John Bates, Armani Rogers is hurt, and then you got what's his name? Why am I blanking? Cole Turner and Curtis Hodges. So that's 4, and then you add Brandon Dillon, and that is 5 tight ends on the roster, and that seems like a reasonable amount for to have going into OTAs and training camp. So I think there's a very low chance, close to 0% chance he makes the roster unless he balls out. But they need a camp body. We'll see what he does. But who knows? He could be released before training camp even starts. So get out of that tab. And then you got Terrell Burgess, who played at Utah, is 24 years old, was drafted in the 3rd round in 2020 by the Rams. Played 3 years, but really didn't do much, honestly. 2020 played in 7 games, had 8 tackles, 1 pass breakup, and in 2021, 10 tackles in 16 games. I mean, really just not seeing the field that much. In 16 games, only having 10 tackles, I don't know. I guess he's just playing on special teams is my guess. And then 2020, he played 7 games, had 11, or 2022, 7 games, 11 tackles, and I guess, I don't know, tackle for loss. It's another, I think it's a camp body. I don't know why they decided they needed another guy to bring in because they already have, let's think about the safeties. You got Cam Curl, Percy Butler, Derek Forrest, Jeremy Reeves, Quan Martin, maybe. Like, you got a lot of safeties there. Don't really think you needed to bring in someone else, but who knows? Maybe this guy balls out. Maybe he can be like, I know Ron Parker didn't make I think that's his name. The guy we signed randomly in the middle of last year. He didn't make the roster, but he played really well, I thought, in camp and in the preseason. So maybe he can be like him, and we can put him on the practice squad if needed. But I think both these guys are camp bodies, and I agree with what Ben said. I think the biggest news is that Dantzler is released. So quick video for you guys, but yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.